Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Brandon Morvillius. Alongside with me is cameraman Jordan Ned Beard McCoy here on the WHS Network. Here on YouTube.com, we have Lady Raider Volleyball coming your way here this evening from beautiful Raider Gymnasium in Summit, Indiana. We have the 13-1 Muncie Burris Lady House taking on your 9-1 Wapahani Lady Raiders. Glad to have all you with us here this evening, folks. We'll get right into things here with our Raiders Live pregame edition presented by the Liberty Perry Alumni Association. The Raiders coming off back-to-back victories here this week. On Tuesday night, we hosted Hagerstown, won that one in straight sets. And then we took care of business last night as we head on over to Eastern Hancock, about an hour away from here or so, and took down the Lady Royals in straight set fashion to improve to 9-1 here on the season. So a fantastic start. I know Muncie Burris, they had a great win last night for themselves. They took down Delta in straight sets, 25-17, 25-10, 25-12. So they got a big-time win there against Delta, and Muncie Burris is having a very strong season. Like I said, you start off 13-1. Obviously, you must be doing something right here. They have a fantastic coach over there. Mike Dodrell used to be assistant coach out here some years ago for Mr. Mike Lingenfelter. So we've gotten to know Mike Dodrell very, very well. Good guy, great volleyball guy, knows his stuff, and he's got this team well-tuned and ready for action here tonight. And a lot of the same here for Wapahani, though. Head coach Jared Richardson, his coaching staff, has got these ladies really going on all cylinders so far here to start the season, except for the little minor hiccup there against the Yorktown Tigers last week. Wapahani has really been playing some very good volleyball, and we're hoping to see that same trend here tonight. And really for me, or at least from my standpoint, it all starts with service pressure. We've done a real nice job of serving for the most part. Yes, you're going to have errors from time to time, but you want to minimize those as much as possible. But really keeping the opponent on the back of their feet and where they're not comfortable defensively at all is extremely important and crucial for the success of the team, because then it's just a kind of a domino effect, so to speak. You get a good service in there, in which the defense is off balance. Maybe the passes aren't as sharp, sets aren't as sharp. They're not going to be able to spike the ball and be in attack mode quite as good, because they'll be in defensive mode all the time instead of offensive. So I really think for Wapahani that's going to be a huge key here tonight. Muncie Burris is extremely talented, and they're relatively tall here as well. I think they have pretty close to right around, I think I read right around 80 to 90 blocks here on the season. So they definitely get up. They know what they have to do from a blocking standpoint, and whatever their blockers don't get, their back row definitely gets with digs and so on and so forth. So, you're going to have an offense that's led here by Michael Ivey, a senior here for Muncie Burris. Seems like she's been around forever. But she's going to be a tough one to handle, as well as quite a few other ones here as well. But Wapahani has a big-time smasher here of their own in Estella Davis. And we really started to see Sarah Orm really coming to her own a little bit more here. The first few games of the year really, didn't have, any kind of real flashy numbers. Kind of was just off of her game a little bit, but really, aside from those first couple games, she's been really going on all cylinders here of late, and that's what the Raiders are going to have in order to be able to be successful here tonight against a very good Muncie Burris volleyball team. But I think we have plenty enough offensive firepower, and defensively I think we're solid enough. We just got to make sure and play the game the right way. We can't be creating problems for ourselves by having net violations or two hits called, and that was one very big key I talked about in last night's game, was the fact of Wapahani, I think, was in the net once, maybe twice the whole entire game against Eastern Hancock, and I think they might have had maybe 1-2 hit call on them, if that. So you're minimizing the errors just right there with just being able to to play the game the right way. And really overall the communication was pretty good as well. So there's a lot of factors that goes into a ball game. It's just not going out there and hitting the volleyball around and calling it a day. There's much more to it than that. And I know that the Raiders are more than well enough prepared and ready to get things going here tonight. And I'm sure the crowd is excited to get this ball game going too. We have a very excited crowd here this evening. And really on both sides, but great to have all you Wapahani Raider Nation fans out here ready to get things going here tonight. Folks, we'll go ahead and step aside here for a little break on the WHS Network. Again, this is the Raiders Live pregame edition presented by the Liberty Perry Alumni Association. We'll step aside. We'll be back with more right after this break.
We know the right way to get you where you need to go. We'll be the wheels underneath you, out on the road. We're driven to give you the best service. We're driven cause we know you deserve it. Stoops, we're driven to be the best. Stoops, we're driven to be the best.
Alrighty, welcome back here, folks, with the finishing touches on our Raiders Live pregame presented by the Liberty Perry Alumni Association. Greatly appreciate them here for their sponsorship. Liberty Perry Alumni Association President Richard Morris. The Alumni Association serves as the Wapahani Center and Selma High School alumni. Make sure to visit their online website at www.libertyperryalumni.com to get more information on any events and to purchase any Wapahani-related items on their web store. Also, to purchase engraved bricks for the alumni brick walkway out here at Wapahani, just right in front of the school, you can simply fill out a form, which is on the homepage of the alumni website. And for any other information, you can contact Richard Morris on Facebook. So greatly appreciate the Liberty Perry Alumni Association. We'll kind of wrap things up here. We have right around 4 minutes to go. I have to do my PA announcing duties once again here this evening. Like I said, you're having a very excited crowd here tonight. You can tell the team's got a little extra pep in their step here a little bit. And I really think, obviously those of you that have been around for a while and have watched our broadcast through the years, you know the rivalry that Wapahani and Muncie Burris has had. All the years of the domination from the Lady Owls through the years. I think, 14 or 15 straight state championships. It was always in our sectional. And it was, more or less like you had no chance. Just kind of plain simple as that. We was able to finally break through there in 2011, and but like I said, we've always had a big-time rivalry with them, and I think that rivalry has got renewed, if you will, especially with the talent level of these teams, which, they've been talented in the past as well, but they got some big-time things going for themselves, and especially for Muncie Burris, they've definitely got back to their traditional winning ways again. Not that they haven't before, but they're having a lot more success, especially to start the season this year, than they have probably in the past 4 or 5 years. So good for them, but hopefully Wapahani comes out here, answers the call, plays their A game, and takes it to the Muncie Burris Lady Owls here tonight. We'll have all the action right here on the WHS network here on YouTube.com. Glad to have all you with us again here this evening. We'll go ahead and step aside here for a break. We have roughly about 2 minutes to go until the national anthem, then player introductions, and then I'll get back on here for the roster layout here for both Muncie Burris and Wapahani. And then we'll get this game started and underway. So make sure to stay tuned in. We got it all coming your way right here on the WHS network.
Stop on in at Jones Auto Body, owned by J.R. Fannin in 1901 East Memorial Drive in Muncie, Indiana. Jones Auto Body is one of Muncie's oldest and largest auto repair and paint shops, in which they have been serving the community for over 30 years. Jones Auto Body, assurance of quality.
All righty, welcome back here, folks. This is Brandon Warvilius alongside with me is cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy with Lady Raider Volleyball here on the WHS Network here from beautiful Raider Gymnasium in Selma, Indiana. 13-1, Muncie Burris Lady Owls taking on your 9-1 Wapahani Lady Raiders. We'll take a look here at tonight's rosters. First and foremost here for Muncie Burris, number 1, Lauren Nixon. Number 2, Kylie Wagman. Number 3, Katie Scott. Number 4, Lori Powers. Number 5, Emily Adlowitz. Number 6, Mara Perry. Number 8, Helen Beach. Number 9, Maya Morrison. Number 10, Rosie Bracken. Number 11, Abigail Kessler. Number 14, Dasha Carmichael. Number 15, Michael Ivy. Number 16, Connie Prater. 17, Corin Meyer. Number 20, Lucy Rafe. And number 21, Ambria Rankin. The Lady Owls coached by Mike Dodrell and assisted by Dave Harmon. Now we'll take a look here at Wapahani Lady Raiders. Number 4, Haven Gates. Number 5, Emily Stewart. Number 6, Estella Davis. Number 7, Sarah Orm. Number 8, Allison Stewart. Number 9, Mallory Summers. Number 11, Emma Schuck. Number 12, Cameron Curry. Number 13, Maddie Webb. Number 15, Layla Lee. Number 16, Olivia Smith. And number 17, Cadence Brewer. And the Lady Raiders coached by Jared Richardson, assisted by Jenna Eastham and Katina Nichols. So tonight's game underway, and the Raiders will get it over and down in play. Allison Stokes getting it over there for a point, and a 1-0 lead here for Wapahani. Great way to get things started here. Stella Davis in there. Mallory Summers back to serve. Dug out there, set up by number 6, Perry. Tipped over the net, and that's going to be out of bounds. Okay, actually they changed it. It looked out of bounds, but the up referee said that it was inbounds, so tie ball game here at 1. So now back to serve. We'll see number 1, Lauren Nixon here for the Lady Owls. And that's going to be a serving year. So the point goes right back to your Raiders. We'll see Olivia Smith in here for the first time tonight for Cameron Curry. Very big key here. Both teams, you want to make sure and limit some of these little minor errors because, yes, they may seem minor, but they can end up being major towards the outcome of a ball game. Hit over there. There's Summers. Gates will set it up to Orm. And yes! Finding the back row in the corner for a point, and the Raiders will lead it 3-1. Well placed there by Sarah Orm, finding some open space in the back corner. Will be dug out there by Scott. Set up. Ivy on the attack. That's going to be off the hand of Gates. So a kill for Ivy, and it's a 3-2 ball game as we'll see number 9, Maya Morrison, back to serve for the Owls. Tell you what, a great night for volleyball here, folks. Nice crowd here this evening. And Estella Davis putting one down with some authority right there as the Raiders are back in front by 2. 4-2 lead here as we'll see Cadence Brewer in here for the first time of the night. Stella Davis will drop back to serve. A serving error there cost the Raiders a point, now 4-3. As Michael Ivy will now be back to serve, also now in the game for the Owls. Number 11, Abigail Kessler. Tipped over the top of the net. Here's Summers with a setup to Schuck. Soft touch there. Nixon with a set up to number 4, Powers. Gates with a dig. Summers back now to Brewer, mistimed. And we're tied at 4. And now an ace for the Owls. So a 5-4 lead. Smith with a dig. Summers sets it to Brewer. And down goes Brewer for the kill to tie it right back up here at 5. Pretty nice player here is Cadence. Coming in here as a freshman. Seeing some playing time here and playing a very valuable piece to this Raider lineup. Little slider around there by number 11, Kessler, as Gates will get it over. A little free ball action. Put down and in play. A kill for Abigail Kessler as the Owls go right back up front, 6-5. Number 6, Mara Perry back to serve. Gates will dig it. Stewart over to Summers. Very close set to the net. And here's some more free ball action. Gates will set it up now to Orm. And that's going to be off the blocker's hands, out of play. A kill for Sarah Orm, and the Raiders will tie it right back up here at 6 as we'll see Cameron Curry reinstalled back into the Raider lineup. Sarah Orm back to serve. And another error. So already a couple serving errors here tonight. And the first 7 points given here to Muncie Burris. Got to minimize those if you're going to give yourself a chance to win this ball game tonight. Brewer back on the attack, dug out by Powers. And blocked by number 1, Lauren Nixon. Set up there in the pregame, folks. This is a block party kind of team. They have a lot of success up there on the net, and like I said, whatever they don't get, their back row will get. As that will be served out of bounds here as well by Powers. So both teams already here with at least 2 to possibly 3 serving errors apiece, as it's an 8-7 ball game. Set there to Morrison, as she will sneak that in along the sideline. Put the Owls back up here by 2. Ivy returns to action for the Owls. And we will see number 3, Katie Scott, to serve. Stewart with the setup to Summers, and well out of bounds on that one. Didn't get enough on top of the ball to snap that wrist right on down. Hopefully we'll find it right here. Davis will get it over and in play. Somehow was able to sneak it inside the line. Very, very close. But still nicely done. Emma Shuck back in for Wapahani. We'll see Mallory Summers back to serve. And that will be a serving error. Can't really shoot yourself in the foot too much. Orm will dig that one out. Set up to Davis, but blocked right back at her. So again here, the Raiders probably going to have to switch it up here a little bit. Keep these ladies off balance here so they're not continuously knowing exactly what's coming. Of course, you're not going to hit it soft every time. That's probably not going to get it done, but still, you're going to have to change it up, throw them off balance here a little bit, and see what will work. As Maya Morrison collects the kill there, a 13-8 lead now for Burris. Lauren Nixon still back to serve. Orm will dig that one out. Summers with the setup to Davis. And another block. This time by Perry and Ivy. And a timeout will be taken here by the Lady Raiders. So we'll go ahead and stick right here with you during the timeout. This will be our University Avenue Dental game break. 14-8. Muncie Burris here in set number 1. We'd like to thank University Avenue Dental, Greg Pyle, DDS. Greg, along with the rest of his talented dentistry crew, look to solving your unrecognized dental needs with a viable patient experience, outstanding treatment, and that cutting-edge dentistry. University Avenue Dental is located at 800 West University Avenue in Muncie, Indiana. Their hours are 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Thursday. Also to FC Tucker, Muncie Realtors Ted Cook and Joanne Davis. Let Ted and Joanne be the key to all of your real estate needs. Buying, selling, or investment properties, we get the job done. Call Ted Cook at 765-744-8143 and Joanne Davis at 765-748-1316. So greatly appreciate FC Tucker, Muncie Realtors, Ted Cook, and Joanne Davis. So back out of the timeout here. Again, the Raiders down by 6 as we near that halfway point in the first set. Just got to pick it up here a little bit. Obviously, we've had some good shots. Unfortunately, they're getting blocked right back in our faces. So we're going to have to change things up here just a little bit, as that will be another ace, this time here for Lauren Nixon. Got to pick up the concentration here a little bit as well. There's Gates Summers, this time to Curry, and that's going to be 4 hits. So these last 7 or 8 points here, the wheels have kind of fell off here for the Raiders. Hopefully we can get those put back on here and get things rolling once again. And we're going to break it up here. It's a net violation called on the Owls. If not, that was going to be another block from Muncie Burris. Seems like everything that is hit is blocked. But, hey, good for them. They're doing what they're supposed to do. Wapahani now just has to find their way around them. Set up there by Perry and hit into the net by Morrison. As the Raiders inch so ever closer now, 16-10. Morrison with a dig. Perry will set it up to Ivy. There's Gates. Now Summers to Orm. Little free ball action. Tell you what, we didn't make it very easy on him, though. That's good. Now back to Davis again. Block. And Schuck will get it over. Morrison back on the attack, and a net violation on Wapahani. So Maya Morrison back to serve for Muncie Burris, up by 7 here in set number 1 of the evening. Davis on the attack, dug out by Nixon. Morrison again back on the attack and ricocheted off of the light. That was just straight up unfortunate there. Not really a whole lot you can do about that. Summers with a set up to Sarah Orm. Perry again with now a set to Powers. And nicely done, Estella Davis getting the hands up in the air, worked to perfection right there, and able to get a point back here for Wapahani to make it 18-11. Blocked this time by Schuck. Here's Summers, now over to Orm again. Another one blocked. And Estella will get it over. She nearly fell into the stands, and nobody there as Perry serves that one, or sets that one, over the net. Got a little bit of a ways to go here, folks. Wapahani's going to come back here in this one. Probably not the best setup there for Orm. She was anticipating going full with that, had to reach back. and find the ball, and unfortunately headed out of bounds as Ivy will serve that one into the net. Back in comes Stewart for Shuck. And Allison will be back to serve, down by 8. Got some work to do. So out of bounds is the call. Perry with a set up to Powers, blocked. Now right back after it. Here's Gates. Stewart set to Summers. Nice little soft touch there. Oh, boy. Only if Smith wouldn't have touched it. Oh, no, that would have been very close along the sidelines over there. But touch there by Olivia Smith. And Muncie Burris once again here with an 8-point lead in the driver's seat as they get closer and closer to that magical point of 25. Blocked again. Gates will set it up to Orm, and she will again hit that one out of bounds. Gotta pick it up here, ladies. Let's see what you're made of here. Nice dig from Gates, set up. Orm again back on the attack. Nice soft touch that time around. Just barely sneaking it over there was, I think that was Perry on the play. Nixon, as the Raiders were able to get that one to fall in. Now 22-14. Cameron Curry back into the Raider lineup. And Sarah Orm back to serve. So we'll see Rory Powers back to serve here. 2 points away from taking set number 1. There's Scott to Morrison. Orm will dig it. Stewart sets it to Summers. But a fine dig from Powers. Gates this time lays out for it. And you can tell, Orm starting to have that frustration build here a little bit. She's had some shots, hasn't quite went her way. That's just part of it. You got to battle through it. She's definitely plenty good enough. Just got to get that confidence built back up here a little bit. Nice shot there from Cameron Curry to keep this game going. In set number 1 with a kill, 24-15. Gates back to serve. Scott will dig it out. Perry sets it to Morrison. Here's Orm. Now to Davis and blocked. What a surprise. That was an absolute block party here by Burris, and set number 1 of the evening as they take set number 1, 25-15. So, folks, 1-0 lead here for Burris. We'll step aside here for a break, and we will be back here with set number 2 live here on the WHS Network.
Need legal advice or representation, you can trust B. Joseph Davis, attorney at law in Muncie. Our focus is personal injury. We handle cases involving serious injuries, wrongful deaths, all vehicle crashes, nursing home cases, medical product and drug recalls, and slips, trips, and falls. No fee until we win. We offer evening, weekend, home, and hospital appointments for your convenience. Contingency fee arrangements are available. For a free consultation, call B. Joseph Davis, attorney at law, today.
Welcome back here, folks, to the University Avenue Dental game break. Again, Muncie Burris takes set number 1 of the evening, 25-15. So not quite the start, I'm sure, that Wapahani was envisioning. But you got to put it behind you now. Nothing you can do about that first set except for correct the mistakes that you made in the first set, and hopefully get more or less just get back after it. We struggled, well, really with quite a few things here. Serving I thought was a big thing, but not only that, our pressure up on the net, we was getting it pounded right back to us. With we was hitting it, getting the blocks, so on and so forth. Just gonna have to change it up, keep them off balance. But they're a good team, no question about it. But so are we. So good teams will find ways to orchestrate a different game plan, so to speak, find their way around certain situations, and like I said, that's just how it goes. But you can't really do a whole lot about that first set. You get back after it here, set number 2, get off to a good start, and keep it rolling, because you cannot allow Burris to get on runs like they went on here in that first set. They're going on 7, 8, 9-point runs. You're not going to give yourself a very good chance to win. I don't care who you play against. So minimize that, and like I said, the serving's got to be a little bit better. I thought that was a big issue for us here in this first set. Minimize the errors, and then again, just keep the defense off balance with your attacks. Just tipping over the net, then come back with a big hit. Whatever you got to do to keep them off balance, you got to find a way to do. But you got to be successful, and you got to work together as a team. So hopefully they can get over the first set there. Get after it here in set number 2. And very entertaining game here so far. Alrighty, so here we go. Geared up for set number 2. As that's going to be shanked off the hands of Sarah Orm. So a 1-0 lead here for Muncie Burris. So back to serve here for Muncie Burris. Number 1, Lauren Nixon. Orm will dig it out. Stewart will set it up to Summers, and she's going to hit the antenna. Gotta make these sets a little bit more pristine here. Right on the money. Still close enough. Sometimes that happens. Again, it's all about minimizing the errors, folks. Play to your strengths, not your weaknesses. So a 2-1 ball game now after the kill. We will see momentarily who's going to be back to serve. Well, let's hope that it's Mallory Summers. They had a little confusion there for a brief moment in time. Let's hope we don't have a rotation violation. Oh, nope, we're all good. Set to Ivy. There's Orm with the dig. Summers will set it up to Curry. Blocked. And tipped right back down by Estella Davis. Again, changing it up. But in that situation, that was really about the only shot you had. You're not just going to, just a little soft touch, nothing like that. You got to keep the defense off balance. You got to get everything, too. Ivy back on the attack, dug out by Summers. Estella will tip it over. Got a little free ball action here. Got to use it. Shuck on the attack. There was, I think that was Perry, or pardon me, Powers. Perry will set it up now to Morrison. Shuck gets her hands in the air. More free volley here again. There's Orm. Summers punches it over and out of bounds. So number 9, Maya Morrison, now back to serve here for Muncie Burris. Sarah will dig it. Summers with the setup to Curry, and out of bounds is the call. Looked very close for a second, but I think they got the right call on that one. Back to Davis, and again out of bounds. And again, the way things have been here for the Owls with the blocking and so on and so forth, Estella really hasn't been a huge factor here so far in this game. Got to get her more active. That was right on cue. Only if I would have said that, I don't know, 15 minutes ago. So Davis with the kill. Smith now into the game and back to serve. Perry with a set up to Ivy. So nice job there by Smith laying out for that one. Orm back on the attack. Ivy with the wind-up and the spike. Got some big-time air on that one. So back in here is number 11, Kessler. Gates will dig at Summers with a setup back to Davis again as Ivy will dig that one out. Perry over to Powers. Blocked. And I'm not sure. Oh, okay, 4 hits was the call. They never made a signal on what the call was at first. They first motioned to Burris, and then Wapahani, and then they finally made the 4-hit call. Smith will set it up back to Sarah Orm. Blocked again, but kept alive. Nice hustle there by Orm. This time again back to Kessler and over the hands of Stella Davis. It's a 7-4 lead. Again, you really don't want this getting any further than 3. You start letting them push the envelope here a little bit more, then that's when trouble will come for you. Perry there with a serve. Summers will set it back up to Brewer. Gates with the dig. Set back to Orm again as she unleashes on that one. Allison Stewart in here for Wapahani, and she'll be back to serve down by 3. There's Nixon as that skips over the top of the net and out of bounds. Keep it rolling here, ladies. Keep it rolling. Another fine serve. The service pressure, folks. Keeping them on their back heels. That was one of the important things I talked about in the pregame. Got to keep them off balance, obviously, but in the service pressure, you've got to change it up just enough to keep them honest. Stewart with a setup to Orm. There's Powers. Perry with a setup now to Nixon and blocked by Orm. Yes, 9-8. As Cameron Curry will come back into the Raider lineup. Sarah Orm back to serve. And that's going to be shanked backwards. Bounces around the basketball goal a couple times off the wall. And we're playing ping pong out here.
They call it out on the stick, rising it out on the basketball.
Bouncing off of here, there, and everywhere.
That's what I want to know. If it's out on us on the speaker,
Stewart will set it up. Summers with a wind up and blocked right back where it came from. Boy, oh boy. I mean, she literally put a big-time spanking on that ball. But, well, the Owl defenders had other ideas. Orm lays out for that one. That will be an ace for Katie Scott. (11-9) Burris. Set to Curry. Nice hit right there. Now to Morrison back on the attack. Gates there, flying through the air. Now to Brewer, finding the back corner. Well placed there by the Raider freshman. Stella Davis back in here, and we'll see Haven Gates back to serve. 11-10, Muncie Burris leads in set number 2 of the evening. Ivy on the attack off of Orm. Again, if you're just now joining us, Muncie Burris leads 1-0 as they took the first set 25-15. But Wapahani playing with a little bit more energy here and a little bit more confidence. And back-to-back aces. Summers on the attack, and that will again hit the antenna. Gotta more or less make this run come to a halt right here. Gotta find a way to get a point here for Wapahani. Perry with a set up to Ivy. Gates will get there and we'll get it back over. Great hustle. Morrison back on the attack. Here we go. Set up by Stewart. Summers on the attack that time. Nobody there. They didn't know where it was, and it's 14-11. Back in comes Emma Shuck for the Raiders. Mallory Summers to serve. Scott will dig it out. There's Perry. Gates lays out for it. Summers back to Shuck as Powers will be there to dig it out. And got to get this right here. Shuck again. Laying out for it was Powers, and that's going to be a lift. You better believe it. So a brief pause in the action here. Got to wipe up the floor. Like to thank one of our sponsors here this evening. Muncie Dragway, owned by Scott and Dawn Daniels. Muncie Dragway located along State Road 67 west of Albany, Indiana. For more information, please visit their website at www.munciedragway.com. Muncie Dragway, family fun, an 8th mile at a time. So another miscue there by the Arrows. And the Raiders now find themselves only down by 1. You got to keep this momentum going. Got to use it to your advantage. Orm with the dig. Summers. Davis. Yes! And we're tied at 14. Timeout taken by Burris. As we are all tied up in set number 2. Folks, we'll step aside here for a brief timeout. 14 all, set number 2 of the evening. We'll be back live here on the WHS Network. Welcome back out of the timeout here. Set number 2, folks. Tied here at 14. And the Raiders will have Mallory Summers back to serve. Perry sets it to Ivy. Wow. Absolute missile. So Maya Morrison to serve. Gates will dig it out. There's Orm setting it to Shuck. Block back again. Here we go. Summers. Also now it's 4 hits. My gosh, that was a late call. A very late call. We was already on our 3rd hit the next time around. Oh boy. Shuck digs it. Gates to Orm. Perry now over to Powers, using her power over there. Can't get this, really can't let this get out of hand here. Got to let this momentum come to a halt right here and served out of bounds. So the Owls took care of that for you by having a serving error. Olivia Smith returns to action for Wapahani. She'll be back to serve as the Raiders are down by 2, 17-15 on the second set of the night. Powers on the attack. Mishandled by Orm. So Kessler in here for Muncie Burris. Summers will set it up to Davis. Kessler on the attack. Summers will get there in time. Gates with another setup, this time to Orm. Finding the sidelines in there for a kill. Great court vision right there from Sarah. Finding some open space, and Morrison couldn't get enough on it to handle it. Orm back on the attack, and another kill for Sarah Orm. Smith, Summers, Orm. There's Powers. And off of Summers' hand and down in play, 19-17 lead. Perry back to serve. Nice downward action on that one. Free ball. Here we go, back to Orm. Near miscommunication there. That's going to be 4. Yep, 4 hits called on Muncie Burris. Subbing back in for Wapahani, we'll see number 8, Allison Stewart, and she'll be back to serve. Perry will set it up to Powers. Gates gets her hands in on it, and she'll get it over. Free ball action. And Kessler with a nice soft touch over the net. Gets it right down in front of the hands of Olivia Smith. Lori Powers back to serve. And an ace again for the Owls. And a timeout taken by Wapahani. down by 3 here in set number 2. We'll stick right here with you during the timeout. I'd like to thank some more of our sponsors here this evening. Jones Auto Body, owned by J.R. Fannin. They're located at 1901 East Memorial Drive in Muncie, Indiana. Jones Auto Body is one of Muncie's oldest and largest auto repair and paint shops, in which they've been servicing the community for over 30 years. If you have any questions or need them to take a look at your vehicle, contact them at 765-284-2593. And that is Jones Auto Body, assurance of quality. Also to B. Joseph Davis, attorney at law, located at 400 East Jackson Street in Muncie, Indiana. At the law offices of B. Joseph Davis, which is a highly recommended and respected professional corporation, they strive to aggressively represent all of their clients' interests in all phases of any legal matter. Their team has extensive experience in personal injury, criminal defense, which also includes drunk driving and criminal record, as well as bankruptcy expungements and hardship licenses. For more information, visit his website at www.bjosephdavis.com. So back out of the timeout here, Muncie Burris with a 3-point lead, 21-18. And we'll have number 4, Rory Powers, back to serve. There's Gates, Brewer, now to Summers. Back to Morrison on the attack, blocked by Brewer. Morrison again on the attack, Gates with a dig, Summers on the attack. Scott gets her hands up in the air enough, and Kessler with the kill. So you can't quit right here. You're down by 4. Got to find a way to keep yourself right into the thick of things, and that's served out of bounds. So a big-time point there for Wapahani. Back in comes Cameron Curry for Olivia Smith. Sarah Orm back to serve. We need some points right here. That free ball, got to use this right here. Stewart to Brewer. Yes! Nice quick set action right there from the Lady Raiders. So now here we are, 22-20. Perry with a setup to Morrison. Ooh, and that's going to be off of Stewart, then Gates. That was quick, fast, and in a hurry right there. Orm couldn't get to it in time. Back in comes Ivy, and now serving will be number 3, Katie Scott. Set to Curry, and that one's hit out of bounds, and this will be set point for Muncie Burris. And that will end it. First set there, or second set, pardon me, as Muncie Burris will now take a 2-0 lead here of your Wapahani Lady Raiders, 25-15, 25-20. We'll step aside for a break, and we will be back here with more Lady Raider Volleyball live on the WHS Network.
know the right way to get you where you need to go. We'll be the wheels underneath you, out on the road. We're driven to give you the best service. We're driven cause we know you deserve it. Stoops, we're driven to be the best. Stoops, we're driven to be the best.
All right, welcome back here, folks. Brandon Morvillius, and get alongside with me is cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. Back here with set number 3 of the evening. Hasn't been too good here so far for Wapahani here, unfortunately. It was very, very close in that second set, but unfortunately couldn't finish the job. Got within 22-20, but then a 3-point run there for the Owls to close out the second set. So now you just got to continue to play hard, stay together, and take it 1 point at a time here. You're not going to win this game all with 1 point, so you gotta stay relaxed, stay together, and hopefully chip away at things. Obviously, we've seen plenty of 5-set thrillers, especially when a team is down 2-0. We've been one of those teams where we've been down 2-0 and have came back and won, so anything is very possible. But definitely going to be a tough task here as Muncie Burris is in the driver's seat, up 2-0 over your Lady Raiders. So we'll see what we're made of here. Yeah, in a lot of ways, this can be somewhat of a blessing in disguise. You got a big challenge here tonight against the Owls. You're down 2-0. What kind of fight you going to show here? You just going to pack up shop, or you going to continue to give it your very best and give it all you got? Let's see if we can take this third set right here. So we will begin things here with the number 3, Katie Scott, here for Muncie Burris. She was back there to serve just a moment ago. Set to Davis. We haven't seen a lot of her. We'd like to see more of her because she is definitely a game changer, but everybody else has done a very nice job here as well this evening. Cameron Curry's had some real nice shots. Mallory Summers, Sarah Orm. Okay, so they're going to say 2-0 in Wapahani. And hit into the net by Ivy. Now 3-0. And Morrison will get it over, but out of bounds. And so the Raiders come out of the gate right here, up 4-0. That's what we was hoping to see. Showing that, giving that good fight and not giving in to the situation that you're in. Now make it 5-0 as Nixon will hit that one into the net. A timeout taken here by the Owls. And we will stick right here with you during the timeout. Again, this is our University Avenue Dental game break. I'd like to thank some more of our sponsors here this evening. Stoops Automotive Group, Buick and GMC dealership, owned by Randy Stoops. They're located at 4055 West Clara Lane in Muncie, Indiana. Stoops has a wide variety of brand new and pre-owned vehicles of quality brand names. So if you have an interest in a vehicle, I'd like to know more information about one, contact Stoops at 765-288-1903 and also visit their online website at stoopsauto.com. Their hours are Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. And they're also open Saturday from 8 to 4. Again, a special thanks to Stoops Automotive Group, Buick and GMC dealership. Stoops is driven to be the best. So back out of the timeout. A 5-0 lead for Wapahani. Summers still back there to serve, and that's going to be off of Scott. Miscommunication by the Lady Owls. And Wapahani has finally started to have something to roll in here. Ivy on the attack and finding some open space in the middle. But hey, great start here for the Raiders. So, you allow them 1 point here, but now you got to answer right back with more points of your own. You got to keep the hammer down, metal to the pedal, and see what kind of havoc we can wreak here as Estella Davis notches another kill in the old stat book, as it is now 7-1 Raiders. Got to continue to fight. Morrison, Perry, and hit over. Here we go. Summers gets there, and unfortunately didn't give her a whole lot of room to be able to get that up and over the net. It's now a 7-2 game. Maya Morrison back to serve. Dug out there. Summers will set it up. Back to Davis. Yes, sir. So off the defender's hands and out of bounds. 8-2 Wapahani. Estella Davis back to serve. Cadence Brewer back into the Raider lineup. And Morrison will dig it out. Perry to Ivy and inbounds. Just inside the baseline. Ivy back to serve. Smith will dig it out. Summers will send it up to Shuck. Blocked. Now Gates will get it to the back row. Powers on the attack. Oh, boy. One thing you got to do if you hit the ball straight up in the air, you got to get out of the way. You can't stand and look at it, because if it comes back down on your side, someone's got to hit it. Set to Kessler, and here come the Owls once again. And that's going to be a service error. So back in comes Allison Stewart for Emma Shuck. Stewart back to serve as the Raiders are up by 4 here in set number 3. Stewart with the dig. Gates will set it up to Orm. Ivy will get there, laying out for that one. Now Powers. Stewart defended herself nicely. And tipped over by Summers. Got to hammer this one down. Yes! Summers with the kill in a 10-5 Raiders lead. Subbing in now, we'll see number 14, Dasha Carmichael. Stewart still back to serve for Wapahani. Dug out there. Perry will set it up to Ivy. There's Gates. Stewart sets it to Summers. Blocked. Kept alive. Let's just get it over. Little free ball action here. Let's see what they do. Kessler on the attack, and she'll hit it out of bounds. And another timeout taken by Muncie Burris. This is what we like to see. 12-5 Wapahani. We'll be back right after the break. Welcome back after the timeout here. Wapahani with a 12-5 lead here in set number 3 of the evening. Muncie Burris leads it 2 sets to none. As Brewer will hit that one out of bounds. Now 12-6 ball game as number 6, Mara Perry, will be back to serve. You like the fight and the grit that Wapahani has shown here in this third set. This is really the first time all game that we've had really a good amount of success and consistency. Now, in that second set, we played a lot better, but unfortunately just wasn't enough. Just got to continue to pick it up here, as that'll be another serving error for the Owls. Smith with the dig. Stewart sets it over the net, changing things up, and Summers trying to get it into the back row. Nicely done there by Kessler. And an ace now for number 14, Dasha Carmichael. So now Burris back within 4. They was down 12-5. Make that 13-10. Come on, ladies. Stewart with a set up to Summers. Yes. Another well-placed attack there by Mallory Summers. So again, give the Raiders a 4-point lead. Estella Davis back into the Raider lineup. Haven Gates back to serve. Dug out by Morrison. Perry to Morrison again. And nobody will get there in time. There we go, Kessler back to serve. Gates with a dig, set to Davis. And I'll say it was out of bounds. A lot of pressure on that young man to be that line judge down there. I wouldn't want to do it. I wouldn't want to do any of this. I wouldn't want to be a referee, a line judge, anything that has to make a call, I don't want to be a part of, because, man, I'll tell you what, the fans will definitely let you hear it if they don't like the call. But, hey, that's all fine and dandy and all. But if you do make a wrong call, they ain't going to let you live that one down for a while. And I would rather not be responsible for that. That's why we stick to the booth right here. That's why I broadcast. Redbeard does the camera. We don't have to worry about any of that stuff. We just got to call the game, and they can make all the decisions and everything else down there on the floor. Ivy on the attack. Here's Orm with a setup and just a little free ball action. Well, at least we thought it was. And that's going to hit the line. Just a soft little volley over the net. Nothing real spectacular or anything. But, hey, it's just enough, and we'll take it. Looks like there's might have been some more confusion on who was supposed to serve. But I guess all is well there. Nixon on the attack. Shuck keeps it alive. Gates hustles after it, and the Raiders, nearly gets it over the net. Summers didn't have enough on it, but still great hustle by all three of those ladies. Shuck, Gates, and Summers. 16-13 as we'll see number 1, Laura Nixon, back to serve. Smith will dig it out. Summers will set it up to Davis. Tipped over by Perry. Now set into the back row by Summers. Ivy on the attack. Orm with the dig. And Ivy again this time gets what she likes. And what was a 7-point game is now dwindled down to 2. So things are starting to get a little interesting here in the third set. Davis bringing the hammer. As she nailed that baby home. Nice serve there from Olivia. Ivy back on the attack. Smith defending herself nicely. Orm with a soft touch. Oh, got to use this right here. Barrett. Kessler keeps it alive, and they won't get it back over the net. Nice hustle there, but great execution by Wapahani. Ivy back on the attack off of Davis's hand. Back to a 3-point margin. Number 9, Maya Morrison to serve here for the Lady Owls. Davis will hit it out of bounds. Floater serve there. Smith sets it to Davis once again as she'll find that one along the sidelines. Big time point there for Wapahani as they push the lead back to 3. Cadence Brewer back in for Wapahani. And Estella Davis to serve. Ivy will collect the kill. So Michael Ivy will be back to serve. Wapahani leads it by 2. Smith will dig it out, set up by Orm to Summers. Perry, quick set to Kessler, and the Raiders not enough room to get it up and over. And now it's at 1. Shuck on the attack. Great court vision right there by Emma. Finding the open hole in the defense. Allison Stewart back in for Emma, and she will be back to serve with the Raiders having a 20-18 lead. Nice little knuckler there from Allison that tipped over the net by Kessler. Mara Perry now to serve. Gates with the dig. Stewart sets it to Summers. That was tipped by Muncie Burris. Laid out for it, Stewart, but Summers unable to get it there on the back end. And now we're tied at 20. Insanity here, folks. Gates with the dig. Set to Summers. Ivy will dig it out. Perry will get there in time. Oh, got to use this. Put it down. Orm does that, but dug by Morrison. Oh, yep. 2 hits. They got it. 21-20. Gates laying out for it. Set to Smith. Yes! poetry in motion there, folks. (22-20) Wapahani. Set up to Powers, and, oh, pardon me, that was Lauren Nixon on the attack. A big service error there by number 14, Carmichael. 23-21, here's Haven Gates. Back to serve. Davis back into the Raider lineup. Oh, no. Barely caught the bottom of the net. Didn't put enough on that one, folks. That's all right, though. You can get the point right back right here. 23-22 now as Abigail Kessler will be back to serve. Gates with the dig. Stewart sets it to Summers. Kessler will dig that one out. Back to Nixon. Gates. Stewart. Summers. Oh, wow. Summers really extending out there for that one. So now tied at 23. Orm with the dig. Gates to Davis. Blocked, but here we go. Another setup. Back to Davis again. Yes! Heck yes! So now set point for Wapahani. Emma Shuck back in the game, and Mallory Summers back to serve. Now tied at 24. All righty then. Nixon back to serve. All kept alive. Look at that by Summers. And Ivy will hit it out of bounds. This is just ridiculous. This is great, man. Great stuff. Morrison with a dig. Perry back to Ivy. Smith will dig it out. Summer. Oh, man. Summers had just a little unfortunate event happened right there. That is what it is. Tied here at 25 now. Davis back on the attack. And a kill for Estella Davis. 26-25. All right, how far are we going to take this here? I'm all for just ending this third set right here, right now. I don't know about those of you at home. I think that sounds like a pretty good idea. Ivy back on the attack. Well, I guess the Owls didn't like that idea. Nicely done again. Michael Ivy back to serve. Brewer in here for the Raiders. Smith digs it. Set to Orm. Oh, off of the hand of Olivia Smith. They have 27. 26, Muncie Burris leads. Timeout taken by the Raiders. We'll stick right here with you during the timeout here, folks. I'd like to thank some more of our sponsors here this evening. Tom Cherry Mufflers, located at 321 West 8th Street in Muncie, Indiana. Since 1946, Tom Cherry Mufflers has taken care of your exhaust, brakes, shocks, struts, and mufflers. So if you have any needs that you might want to get taken care of, make sure to get a hold of Tom Cherry Mufflers, 765-289-4116. No appointment needed. They will hear you coming. Also to the barn lot, located at 2410 East County Road 300 South, just off of State Road 67 in Muncie, Indiana. Scott Quirk is the man to supply all of your outside needs. Barns, sheds, garages, carports, gazebos, play sets for the kids, and more. For more information, call Scott Quirk at 765-744-7396. And also visit his online website at www.thebarnlotsheds.com. So here we are, game point now for Burris. Gates will dig it out. Summers will set it to Orm. Blocked, but there's Smith. Now Summers again to Orm. Blocked, and that's going to be it. So your Lady Raiders had numerous opportunities to take this third set. Unfortunately, it didn't come to fruition, but still a hard-fought battle. Really, really loved how Wapahani came back here, especially in these second and third sets. The way they played much better compared to the first set. But still, you go down to the feet, that's never easy. So nevertheless, here, folks, we'll step aside for a break. We'll be back with more on our Raiders Live postgame coming up here on the WHS Network. Alrighty, welcome back here, folks. As you can see there on the scoreboard, the Muncie Burris Lady Owls take down your Wapahani Lady Raiders in straight sets here this evening, 25-15, 25-20, 28-26. As we're back here with the Raiders Live postgame presented by the FC Tucker Muncie Realtors, Ted Cook and Joanne Davis. Great game here tonight. Definitely did not disappoint from the expectation of excitement, and a lot of very good volleyball here this evening. No question about that. Wapahani, again, they struggled mightily in the first set. A lot of it due to just little things, serving errors, just a couple different other things. You had some times where we really weren't changing it up enough on our attacks. They was able to get plenty of blocks on us. So they was having a lot. Wapahani was really having a lot of trouble there in the first set, getting any kind of momentum going whatsoever. So it's no question it was tough. But then you come back. Second set was much better, and which really could have went either way in that second set. I thought we had enough to be able to get the job done, but it was it was close all the way through. Then you get to the third set. Wapahani had a really good chance to take that third set, and like I said, it just is what it is. But I really like the fight that we showed, and the tenacity, and not giving up. That would be so easy just to pack up shop and hey, you're down 2-0. There's might as well just go ahead and head for the exits. It's not how it is. You got to play with a sense of urgency and the will to win. And Wapahani continued to show that there in the third set. So yes, you got swept, you got beat on your home floor. But I think there's still a lot of good to take out of this too. And that was a very tough challenge for us with such a young team that we have, but still a talented team. And Muncie Burris has a very talented team as well. So it was a battle of two good, very highly respected programs, and that have very good coaches and coaching staffs on both sides. And both teams know the game very well. So coming into this, it was going to be a tough ball game, but that doesn't mean it's just acceptable to lose. It's never acceptable to lose. They know that, and they'll get back after it here, and you learn every single time you're out there on the floor. It doesn't matter if you're at practice or in the game. You should always continue to learn and understand and get better and progress each time you're out there. So, you did lose the game, but I think we did take some steps in the right direction here. Hopefully we'll get better from it and get back after it next time around, and hopefully get a victory. We got another really quite busy week next week for us, and it only gets busier from here, folks. I know next week we will have Shenandoah right here at home. That's on the 11th of September. And then we got Madison Grant at Madison Grant on the 12th. Then the 13th back at home for another conference game against Randolph Southern. And then on Saturday night, we will be welcoming Southwood, the Lady Knights, to Raider Gymnasium. So a very, very busy week ahead. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday. So 4 games next week. We'll have it all right here on the WHS Network. Now, I'm not sure if Madison Grant, if we will be live for that one. Usually in years past, they haven't had the internet for us to use. So I doubt that we'll be live for that one, but you never know. We'll definitely try our best to do so. But like I said, 4 big games next week, 2 of which are conference games in Shenandoah on Tuesday and Thursday against Randolph Southern. And hopefully you guys can come on out and support the Lady Raider volleyball team. It's always nice to see your smiling faces out here rooting the Raiders on. But hey, if not, make sure to join us right here live on the WHS Network. And hope everybody enjoyed the game here this evening. Hopefully we did a good job. But make sure if you know someone that would like to possibly watch us, tell them, hey, get on YouTube, find our WHS Network channel, subscribe to it. You can get notifications when we're getting ready to go live. Just all that great stuff. And, it's really a neat thing for us now, real nice setup for us to be able to bring you all these games all season long. So, nevertheless, here we would like to thank our sponsors this evening. Jones Auto Body, Stoops Automotive Group, Buick and GMC Dealership, University Avenue Dental, Greg Pyle DDS, B. Joseph Davis, attorney at law. The Muncie Dragway, FC Tucker, Muncie Realtors Ted Cook and Joanne Davis. Tom Cherry Mufflers, the Barn Lot, as well as the Liberty Perry Alumni Association. And also a huge thanks again to our good friends there at Harris Chapel Church. Pastor Jim Ballinger and his wife Janie for being one of our sponsors this year. Hey, if you ever get some time there, stop on in there every week for beautiful Sunday morning service there at Harris Chapel Church, 10:15. Definitely won't regret it. Always great to listen to Pastor Jim, talk to Pastor Jim. And I know he's over there at Israel right now. Want to wish him continued safety there and on the way back home as well. So again, folks, Wapahani goes down in straight sets here tonight. Final score here, 25-15, 25-20, 28-26. Raiders now 9-2 on the year. Still 2-0 in conference play, or 3-0, pardon me, in conference play. And they will be back at it next Tuesday night right here from Raider Gymnasium against the Shenandoah Lady Raiders. So, folks, until next time, this has been Brandon Morvillius alongside cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. Thanking all of you for watching. Have a great time, and we will see you next time right here on the WHS Network.